students, in this online session, I'm going to discuss the rest part of chapter number 5 of Flamingo Indigo. So far, we have seen that Rajkumar Shukla wants Gandhiji to go with him to Champaran to solve the problem of the sharecroppers, the tenant, or the landless farmers. Gandhiji tells him to come to Calcutta the next year, that is in the year 1917, when the next convention of Congress will be called there in Calcutta. Rajkumar Shukla goes to Calcutta the next year, that is 1917, and there the Congress has called its National Convention. Gandhiji also came there. Rajkumar Shukla again follows him everywhere. Wherever he goes, Rajkumar Shukla goes before him. Gandhiji is highly impressed with the tenacity, with the determination of Rajkumar Shukla, and he says to him that please book two tickets, one for me and one for yourselves, and I'm ready to go with you. But first we'll go to Motihari. In the year 1916, 1917, Motihari was the capital of Bihar. Gandhiji does not go to Champaran directly, but first he wants to go to Motihari. Then what happens? On the train, Rajkumar Shukla tells Gandhiji everything about how Indian farmers, especially those who are landless, especially those who are tenants, especially those who are landless farmers, they have to suffer at the hands of the British landlords. He tells him about 3 by 20th percent arrangement, that is 15% arrangement, that tenants or the landless farmers or the sharecroppers will have to grow indigo in the 15% cultivated land, and those indigo used to be taken by the British landlords as rent. But as soon as Germany has developed synthetic indigo, Britain stopped taking indigo from the Indian farmers and they imposed rent in cash. Now the farmers will have to pay them in as cash, and the land, 15% land, got totally vested. Because once you grow indigo in any piece of land, the land becomes barren, the land becomes infertile, and nothing, even the grass, could not be grown in that piece of land. So the farmers will have to pay in cash. So there was double loss to the farmers. Loss number one, that the 15% land has got vested. Loss number two, that they will have to pay rent in cash. So what was the mistake of the farmers? If they are not able to grow any other crops on that piece of land, what is the mistake of the farmers if Germany has developed synthetic indigo? And what is the matter with the farmers if British landlords again wanting rent in cash? So what if 15% land has got vested, has become infertile, has become totally barren? Now not Gandhiji does not go to Champaran directly. First he put his footsteps to Motihari. He goes to various government offices, various officers who collect taxes, who keeps land records, and Gandhiji started collecting the evidence. Remember one thing, that Gandhiji was also a lawyer, a barrister. He has been practicing in South Africa before coming to India. So first he wants to collect all the evidences against the British landlords. Now the British officials in government offices. They refused to give any type of documents to Mahatma Gandhi. Though some of them have provided the papers, provided the documents to Mahatma Gandhi. Then Gandhiji goes to the home of Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Dr. Rajendra Prasad is also an advocate. That's time when Mahatma Gandhi and Rajkumar Shukla go to the home of Rajendra Prasad. Rajendra Prasad was out of station. Gandhiji was feeling thirsty. But the servants of Dr. Rajendra Prasad do not let them draw water from the well. They say that don't touch the rope or the can. Don't touch the bucket. They draw water themselves, means the servants of Rajendra Prasad draw water from the well, and then they let Gandhiji to drink water through their hand, not in the glass, because the servants take Gandhiji and Rajkumar Shukla as any other ordinary farmers. And you must know the dressing sense of Mahatma Gandhi, what he used to wear, just a dhoti and having a stick in his hand. He looks like a poor farmer. Here we see the sense of untouchability at that point of time in the year 1970. The sense of untouchability was in the air. Rajendra Prasad, who became the first president of free India, his servants used to treat Gandhi and Rajkumar Shukla in that manner, as if they were outcast, they were lower caste, and they were not allowed to touch the rope and the bucket. Gandhiji and Rajkumar Shukla, they wait for Rajendra Prasad to come. He telegrams Rajendra Kumar that please come to meet me in Champaran. From here I am going to Champaran for the cause of the poor farmers. But before going there, I will sue a case, I will lodge a case in the court. The SP of Motihari, he sends a summon to Mahatma Gandhi, and the order says that you have to leave Motihari as soon as possible, otherwise you will be put into prison house. You will be put into jail. Gandhiji, on that sheet of paper, wrote that India is my country and Motihari and Bihar is in India. I will not obey you, I disobey you. And he returns back the paper to the person who has brought it to him. So here the seed of this civil disobedience movement was shown. Here how Gandhiji told that he is not going to obey the government rule, the government order. You must have heard about civil disobedience movement, which was launched in the year 1930. Yes, in the year 1930. Gandhiji was called in the courtroom by the judge. Gandhiji goes there. The judge said that you have to leave it here as it is and you have to leave Motihari as soon as possible. Mahatma Gandhi says no. I'm not going to leave the place because it's the cause of the poor farmers. I have come here for the cause of the poor tenants, poor sharecroppers. So I want justice. And please do justice to me and to the other farmers. Thank you. In the next class, we'll discuss the rest of the chapter.